Hey YouTube, coming at you with an all buffed team this season. So Poison Fang got a power buff, Rollout got a little bit of power buff, and Mud Bomb all got a power buff. So Nidoqueen, Dunsparce, Stunfisk, don't use this team, right? You're like triple weak to Swampert, and it's just like, it's not a good team. But I just wanted, again, we're early in the season, I wanted to test out. I have thoughts on all three of these Pokemon. So let's go in order from what moves I think made the least impact, what made the most impact. The least impact is Nidoqueen. And the thing with Nidoqueen is it was so strong when the Poison Fangs came fast, because a lot of the time you didn't really care how much damage it did. It was just that it allowed you to lower your opponent's defense, and then you Poison Jab, and that combo just added up extremely quickly. 2 seasons ago, they increased the energy for the Poison Fang, and it basically Nidoqueen fell off the face of the earth here, because basically its power was just lowering your opponent's defense and then getting those poison jabs. So they increased the power Fang by I think 5 damage, which again is not inconsequential, but in the grand scheme of things for Nidoqueen's play, it is inconsequential, because again, if you land Earth Power, great, but for the most part, your poison jab is where your output damages come from, right? It's not Poison Fang, it's the poison jabs. So you just want to lower your opponent's attack or defense. So having a buff to Poison Fang is nice, but it doesn't do anything in any sort of matchups that make a difference. And that is what I noticed. Like, you still lack bulk. The poison jabs and Poison Fang combo is still very nice, but that extra sort of damage that you get from Poison Fang does not really flip any sort of matchups to make a substantial difference in the meta. So that is what I've noticed. So Nidoqueen, I think, is one still on the back burner. If you have it built, you can test it out. But again, just noticed that not like they're trying to bring Nidoqueen back because I think they know that the Poison Fang nerfed it a lot. Like the increase in energy nerfed it a lot, and they're trying to give it like, okay, we'll give you a little bit back, kind of like walrein, but unfortunately it's just not enough to make it any sort of meta relevant. So I would stay away from Nidoqueen. Not stay away, but it's just not any sort of better. The next one I'm going to say had the least, it's kind of middle impact here, is Stunfisk with the Mud Bombs. I've already gone over the strength of Mud Bombs on other teams. You see the Mud Bomb make a difference with Quagsire. You can feel it a little bit in Whiscash. It does make a difference, and it's same thing here. Like, it does make a difference because it's with Thundershock, it is a very fast move. So that extra damage is nice. I just think that the typing has always been suspect at best with the ground electric. You just open up yourself to a lot of weaknesses, and as you can see in the Scrafty matchup, it still takes 3 Mud Bombs to take out any sort of real bulky Pokemon, right? So it's fine. It's nice to have. I just don't think that this little bump in Mud Bomb is going to make any sort of real difference on this Stunfisk in particular. I think its strength right now is like Quagsire, just using its typing and buffed, not buffed attack, but like attack stat products to do well. As well as say, get into Dunsparce where the claws are resisted, please. Rollout, you think that a 1 damage move increase would not make this anything of matter, and I was wrong. And this Rollout really, I felt the extra 1 damage, and you think like, okay, why do you feel that why do you feel the 1 damage? Like, what's extra 1 damage? Well, it just like when a normal health Pokemon, let me just bring up PV Poke here. When a normal health Pokemon has whatever HP here, I'm against Sableye, 124 HP, and it would normally take like 2 drones to take it out anyways. You're getting like an extra 5 damage overall. And these drill runs do about 45 damage, right? So 45, 90 if you land 2 drill runs. Now that these rollout damage is doing a little more per, it has made it easier to actually farm things down. And I had a couple matchups where you would normally be like, oh, this should be doing more damage. This should be able to like farm down on flyers, on ice, where it just wasn't before. That now it sort of is doing that sort of farm down damage. So it is one that I noticed a substantial difference on. I wasn't as scared to try to farm things down with Rollout that I was before. So that is, I think Dunsparce is a good winner. I think Dunsparce also still plays a pretty good role in this meta too, because there are a ton of flyers still. Not a ton of flyers, but there are a decent amount of flyers. There's a lot more ice coming around. Walrein, Dugong, plus Sandslash, which is also ground, or also steel, so ground is super effective, right? Lantern's still everywhere, so you can hit them with the drill runs. So I think Dunsparce, out of these 3 for sure, is the winner, and one that the rollout seems to make at least for me, a difference. In terms of rankings, I still think that it's pretty not low. 73, yeah, it's kind of the sort of the borderline there. But like 24-18 record, quite good. Obviously week 2 fighters and Swamper, because you're just buffed or not, you're still a rock type fast move, right? So all the fighters, but once you get rid of the fighters and the Swampert, there's a couple of them here and there, like Umbreon just super tanky, Diggersby super tanky, but then you're into like the 436, 460 losses, and those are not bad losses, right? You lose to Crest, you lose to Walrein, even though it takes super effective from that's Shadow Walrein. But there's some like Registeals on here as wins. Ninetales, Lantern, Bastiodon, all the flyers, right? Altaria, Mandibuzz. The Owl. A Sandslash is a huge win there. Stabilize a nice one because you resist the claw. So definitely a strong Pokemon. Oh, as you can see, it is on the screen. I keep forgetting because I just shot a video looking over the top, which you will see this morning. So go check that video out. It is the top, like the new meta. I talk about the new meta. What's around, what's not around, and those things. So that is why it showed up on the page there, but I forgot to delete the Windows capture there. So yeah, Rollout, Dunsparce, top, Stunfisk, Mudbomb, nice to have. The bump doesn't make a substantial difference in many of the matchups. Nidoqueen, Poison Fang buff, ain't cutting it for what it needs, right? So that is my thought on these 3. But yeah, go check out the video this morning. One thing I will say is, so I said Trevenant is down substantially in the meta, which it is. It's gone away a lot. I also think that the Seed Bomb is a significant, the uptick in energy is significant. I have seen other content creators being like, you should still use Trevenant because like, what the first thing I said in the video is Lantern and Medicham are going to be everywhere, right? That's what I said. I said Medicham, Lantern have both been buffed, and the best core breakers to those 2 is Trevenant. Like, I mean, I say Cress, but Trevenant is definitely up there. So I'm not saying that like Trevenant is going to be gone forever, but you will see a lot less of it, just because that Seed Bomb, having seen it in action, is a substantial downgrade to this Pokemon. But that is basically it. So I got some try-hard teams coming. I got some try-hard teams coming. One with Frostlass and Lickitung. Do we have another? I think I have another tryhard team coming. So a couple tryhards over the next few days. And then, yeah, I'm just going to try like different combos. Some looking at old teams to see if they still work. Some looking at like the new, a couple people in the comments have even mentioned like they looked at, let me see if I can bring up that comment, because someone says like they're embracing the old and the new together, which I don't think is a bad idea. Let me see if I can just find it while we watch the rest of these battles. Bradley. Been trying to counter and embrace the changes, both successful. So first team, Owl, Deoxys, Medicham, right? So ABB style team. You're going to have to try and pull out a Sableye. No. Yeah, you're going to have to try and pull out a Sableye or if there are Trevenants around. I would say with your Medicham is probably the easier one. And then Owl will punish and then Defense Deoxys roam free. And then the other one was Medicham, Lickitung, Shadow, A-Slash. And I think that's a pretty good ABB lineup. And the fact that you draw out a fighter with Lickitung, because Lickitung again is normal, so its only weakness is fighting. So you draw out a fighter. If you get punished with like a fighting dark, that's rough. Like or normal fighting, like a Vigoroth or a Double or Obstagoon or Scrafty. Like those are tough to deal with. But like the main fighter is Medicham right now, and Lickitung versus Medicham is a very, very, very close matchup because you do super effective with your Licks too. So whatever you pull out, do against that, and then Medicham punishes, and then your Sandslash will hopefully be able to roam free in the back. So it's an ABB because you're weak to fighting, but it's kind of like a balanced team too, right? Medicham is weak to Flyer, and your Sandslash should handle that. And Sandslash can be weak to fighting, and it's going to be weak to a few things, but like ground and stuff like that. And Medicham should be able to mostly handle all those with Lickitung and Safe Swap. So like I think there are different combos to use. Like my one team that I just did really well with was Swampert, Frostlass, Lickitung, right? Sort of like a balanced team there. What was my other tryhard team? I think it was like a Medicham and a couple others on a tryhard team. So that will be coming the next couple days, and then we will just try and run different teams in the Great League just to give you guys some ideas in this new meta. That is basically it. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think so. I don't want to just crap on Niantic. I think this update has been great. I think you are getting so many more options. If you go look at my top teams video, like I think like you have those coming back that were some meta in the past that are coming back now, like Cresselia and stuff like that. And you're also getting like Sandslash and Dugong and stuff like that are now meta. So your meta, you have more options in the meta. So that is a pro. You nerfed or inadvertently nerfed some of the hardest ones, like the Owl and Trevenant. So all pro for Niantic for this move update. You saw it in the regionals. Like there's not the Owl isn't on every. It was not the Owl on every team. It was Medicham every team, but it was not the Owl on every team. So definitely strength there. What I'm worried about is obviously everyone is very excited early on. Everyone was trying to test out these Pokemon, and you can see people interested in the beginning. I think long term, I'm still worried about the health of GBL because there's eventually going to be a meta that is established here, and people are going to get bored. I feel like they need like an in-game, like Yonkis mentioned, like an in-game tournament on the weekend or an in-game something, because GBL in itself over 3 months gets quite boring fast. So even though we have all these new cool move updates, eventually we're going to test them all out. We've kind of already tested them all out. We know what works and doesn't work. The meta is going to start to shift now, and you're going to get a little wider but still kind of stale Great League meta. And the Ultra League and Master League has not changed a ton either, right? So overall, the metas has not shifted significantly, and it will still lead to some staleness in GBL. So that over the long term needs to be addressed, which you can do like different ways. Like they're trying to do like different cups. Like there's the single typing cup, but I think you need to do something bigger, like fix doing in-game tournaments, or fix the ranking system, or it's got something to change the grind. Anyways, that is it. Appreciate you watching. Let me know your thoughts below, and I will see you guys in the next one.